Guten Tag! Heute beginnen wir die zweite Stufe von der Akteneinheit und das heißt Klamotten beschreiben. So, wir geben unsere Meinung zu Klamotten, wir beschreiben unsere Klamotten und unseren Stil und wir sagen, was wir tragen in verschiedenen Jahreszeiten oder in verschiedenem Wetter. Okay, so zuerst beginnen wir mit einem Beispiel über Beyoncé. So, Beyoncé hat hier ein interessantes Outfit, ja? So, Beyoncé trägt eine goldene und braune Sonnenbrille, da ist sie, silberne Ohrringe, ein gelbes und dunkelblaues Hemd mit Blumen und eine gealterte Jeans. Ihre weißen Stiefel haben große Blumen drauf. Sie hat auch 3 schicke Halsketten an und sie trägt eine gelbe Handtasche. So, wie findet ihr Beyoncés Stil in diesem Foto? Ist es modisch, das Outfit? Oder ist es vielleicht schön, hübsch, attraktiv? Oder findet ihr das Outfit eher hässlich oder komisch oder altmodisch? Ja, wie findet ihr Beyoncé's Stil in diesem Foto? So when we're looking at this description of her outfit, and you can all give your opinions, hopefully, on this outfit as well, you'll notice that I've highlighted a couple of things for us. When we're looking at describing clothes, whether they're our own or somebody else's, when you put an adjective in front of a noun, it's going to get some sort of an ending. We've been seeing this all year long, and we really just haven't learned the rules for how to add the endings yet. We have seen before that oftentimes if the gender is D, you add an E, but adjective endings are a little bit more than just that. So, welche Adjektivendungen gibt es? What adjective endings do we actually see up here? Take note that the adjective endings are not our articles. Okay, like eine, ein, einen, der, die, das. Those are articles. We're looking at our adjectives here, like golden, brown, dunkelblau, gealtert, weiß, groß, schick, things like that. And we see that they have these endings added. So, welche Endungen gibt es? What endings are there? So we see E ending sometimes, we see an ES, we see an EN, and we're about to figure out why that is the case. So, Adjektivendungen, they're actually not very complicated. If you learn these 3 rules here, you can carry these all the way through your German learning career and they will always work. So basically, the adjective ending that is given is based on the article. So the der, die, das, ein, eine, or an article-like word, like a possessive. Because the article we've already learned the article tells us what the gender is, and then sometimes it changes its spelling for the case. So based on what the article has already done, then we decide what ending the adjective is going to have. So first question is there an original article? Original article meaning one of our original der, die, das, ein, eine, or one of our original possessives like mein, meine, dein, deine, but something that hasn't had its ending changed for any reason. So if it's original and it shows the gender, then we're always just going to add an E ending on our adjective. So for instance, der graue Pulli. We see der, that's original, it hasn't been changed, and it shows that Pulli is masculine. So it's original, shows the gender, we put an E. Look at eine schicke Bluse. Eine is original, hasn't had its spelling changed for anything, and it shows us for sure that bluse is feminine. We know that eine couldn't ever be for masculine or neuter, we know it's got to be feminine. So it's original, it shows us the gender, we can just put an E. And then das, we see that that is one of our originals, der, die, das, right? And it hasn't had its spelling changed for any reason, right? So it's original, and it shows us for sure that hemd is neuter, so we just put an E. But what if it's an original article, but it does not show the gender? Now you might be like, wait, how's that possible? The original articles always do. Well, they actually don't. There's just really one original article that doesn't show the gender, and that's the word ein. And the reason why ein doesn't show the gender is because in the nominative case, ein could be masculine or it could be neuter. So if we see ein Pulli and I hadn't put it in blue for us already, We might not know if that's der or das. So the other times when you might have an original article like word would be if you had a possessive that doesn't have an ending, like mein, dein, sein, ihr, and so on. Because without the ending, we don't know if that's neuter or if that's masculine. So if you have an original article and it does not show the gender, then the adjective is actually going to show it by either, if it's masculine, getting an ER to show that the noun is masculine, or if it's neuter, getting an ES to show that the noun is neuter. So it's basically doing the job of the article, since the article didn't quite finish its job for us. So we wind up with ein grauer Pulli, the ER showing that it's masculine, and mein neues Hemd, the ES here showing that Hemd is a das word or neuter. So that's what you do if you have an original article. Either it shows the gender and you put an E, or it doesn't show the gender yet, so you put an ER and ES to show it. But what if you have an article that does have a changed spelling? So for instance, when der becomes dein, or when ein becomes einen, or if you have D for plural, or if you have all these others that we haven't gotten quite into yet with dative and things like that, genitive with like dame or einem or des, things like that. If you have anything that's a spelling change from the original, that's considered a changed article. And anytime you have a changed article, the adjective is going to get an en ending. You don't even have to ask, whether it shows gender or not or anything like that. If it's changed, the adjective is going to get an en. So if you see Dane, like Dane Schal, you do Dane Grünen Schal. If you see Deiner, that's not original. That ER has been added, so Deiner modischen Hose. Ihrem, that EM ending there, that's not original. That's been changed. So Ihrem hübschen Kleid. And then D here, you might be like, wait, isn't D original? Well, not if it's for plural. Die Stiefel, the boots, this is changed for plural, so die alten Stiefel. And then the third rule is, what if you don't have an article at all? You don't have der, die, das, den, einen, einem, ein, you don't have any of those. There's no article. Usually this only happens in the plural form. Then, basically what you do is you put the ending that the definite article, the word the, would have had. So if you did have the word the, what ending would it have? Usually this only happens in plural, so typically we're going to be looking at the word die and we're just going to add an E. So for instance, ich trage silberne Ohrringe, so I wear silver earrings, und altmodische Sandalen, old-fashioned sandals. So in both of these cases, this is plural, this is plural. If we did have the word the, it would be D, and so we add an E ending on the adjective. Okay, so just as a quick reminder, when we're talking about our articles, because we have to obviously write sentences and pick the right article, remember that you've got der, die, das, and die. And then when you're in the nominative case, they're just going to stay like that, or eine, ein. But then as soon as it becomes the accusative case, the only ones that change their spelling are the masculine. So der changes to dein, ein changes to einen. But remember, die also counts as a changed article because it's not the original singular form. So when you're thinking about something being original versus changed, the only ones up here in this chart that are changed are the ones that are circled. All the rest are considered original. And then when you're thinking about articles and looking for the article, what other words count as articles? Well, our ein words are our possessive words that you see here. Also the word kein, which means no or none of something, that counts as an article. And then we have some der words as well, like jeden Tag we've seen before. That jed, jede, jeder, jedes, jeden. That word every counts as an article. And then the word we're going to learn here in just a minute, dies, for this or these, with any endings, it also counts as an article. So remember, with nominative, that just means something is the subject of the sentence or a predicate nominative. And the accusative means something is the direct object of a sentence. And remember, in the accusative, the only thing that changes are our masculine articles. So let's try this out. Thinking of those three rules, let's try to fill in what the correct endings would be here. You can pause the video and try these on your own, or you can just let it play and I'll walk through the answers with you. All right, here we go. So Nummer 1, ich sehe einen Braun. So we got to pick an adjective ending here. Let's look at our article einen and ask, is it original or is it changed? It's changed, so we're going to put an en. But then we look at the next part, ein weiß, look at ein. Is it original or is it changed? It's original, so then we have to ask, does it show us the gender or not? It doesn't show us the gender. So we have to show it here. So we're going to put an es. So we have, ich sehe einen braunen Pulli und ein weißes Hemd. Okay, here, der braun Pulli. Okay, we've got der. Is that original or changed? That's original. Does it show us the gender? Yes. So we can just put an e. But then here, das. Okay, is that original or changed? It's original. Does it show us the gender? Yeah, it does. So again, we can just put an e. And then look at die Schwarz here. So die with Stiefel. Well, we have to ask, is this original or changed? And be careful. Is die actually original in this case? It's the plural form, which is considered changed. So if you have changed, you're always going to put an en. So die schwarzen Stiefel. Okay, look at ein here. Is ein original or changed? It's original. Does it show us the gender of Pulli? No, because remember, ein could be masculine or neuter. So we have to show Pulli is masculine, so we're going to put an er, ein blauer Pulli. Dane. Is Dane original or changed? It's changed, right? So we're going to put an en. Ooh, what about here? Und zwei golden Ohrringe. Do we see any article at all? No. So what are we going to do? We're going to think, what article would go with Ohrringe, plural? Well, it would be the word die. So we're just going to add an e ending there to show that it would be die for plural. Okay, eine. Is that original or changed? It's original. Does it show us the gender? Yeah, it does. So we're going to put an e. Die. Is that original or changed? Well, we just have singular here, so it's original. Does it show us the gender? Yep, we know it's feminine, so we're going to put an e. Eine weiße Bluse, die weiße Bluse. Here, einen. Is that original or changed? It's changed. So if it's changed, we're going to put an en. And then Dane, original or changed? It's changed. So we're going to put an en. Einen blauen Schal, den blauen Schal. Meine. Is that original or changed? Well, Hose is singular, so that's original. Does it show us the gender? Yeah, it could only be feminine. So we put an e. Now don't panic if you don't understand all the adjective endings fully yet. Just do your best with these and try to go back to those 3 rules. We're going to continue to work with this year by year. Okay, ein bisschen Grammatik. This is our last little grammar point for today. So how do you say this or these instead of just saying the? It's really easy. You just basically take the same endings that you would have put on der, die, das, and you put them on the word dies instead, and then you've got it. So if you would say der for thee, you'd say dieser for this. Den for thee, you'd say diesen. Die, you'd go to diese. Das, you'd go to dieses, and then die for plural would go to diese for these. So let's try this out. You can pause your video real quick and write this down, or you can just look at my answers here in a second. So Hemd is neuter, Bluse is feminine, Rock is masculine, and then Kleidungsstücke is plural. And so that's where we're going to get these forms from. So obviously with neuter we have dieses, with feminine, diese. Now with masculine we have 2 options. Remember, we have to figure out if it's the subject or the direct object. Well, in findest du diesen Rock auch schön? Rock here is the direct object because you're finding it, right? So diesen. But then if I say dieser Rock ist schöner, here it's the subject. So we have er. Bluse, feminine, only have 1 option. Okay, Rock again. Since ich kaufe diesen Rock, I'm buying it, it's a direct object, so diesen. And then Kleidungsstücke is plural, so we only have 1 option, diese. So when we're shopping, a lot of times we want to use dies instead of just the der, die, das. Okay, so we're giving our opinions on clothing today. So Meinungen. So just a quick reminder, we have 3 verbs here that we're especially reviewing for Meinungen, for Klamotten. So obviously finden. We can say ich finde den Rock schick, ich finde den Rock modisch, ich finde den Rock lang, kurz. All kinds of different adjectives you can put here. Remember though, you cannot put gern or nicht gern with finden. That doesn't make any sense to say I find it gladly. That doesn't make sense. Now, you can use gern or nicht gern if you're saying you wear it gladly, like you like to wear it. So ich trage einen Rock gern oder nicht gern. But you can't put gern or nicht gern with finden. Okay, aussehen, remember, is to look or to appear. And remember, it's a stem change verb, so it has the I added in the do and the er's es form. So if you just have 1 item, singular, you're going to have like der Pulli sieht schick aus, or der Rock sieht modisch aus. Okay, but if you have plural, you're going to go back to that original form of the stem and have, like, for instance, the boots, die Stiefel, sehen modisch aus. Okay? Gefallen we've had for a long time. Remember, gefallen, we only need the singular form and the plural form. So I could say, for instance, der Hut gefällt mir und die Ohrringe gefallen mir. All right, and then Adjektive für Mode. Wie findest du die Klamotten? So, welche positive Adjektive kennen wir schon und welche negative Adjektive kennen wir schon? So, most of these are review for us, but we've got lots of positive adjectives we already know. Hübsch, pretty, schön, beautiful or lovely, attraktiv, attractive. Schick, modisch, these are both like stylish. Stilvoll literally means like styleful, so also stylish. And then fesch is another word for stylish. Elegant, elegant. Fine, fancy or fine. And then raffiniert, refined. They're all pretty much the same thing. And then we have some that have different meanings here. So sportlich, sporty or preppy. Lässig, casual. Spitze, awesome or tip-top. Stark literally means strong, but can also mean awesome. Modern, modern. Einfach, simple. Klassisch, classic. Bequem, comfortable. Bunt, colorful. And then negative Adjektive, scheußlich, hideous. Furchtbar, terrible. Hässlich, ugly. Blöd, stupid or dumb. And then maybe altmodisch, but you might actually think altmodisch is positive, old-fashioned. Okay, so when we give our opinion, Meinung, then we're oftentimes going to have a reaction after that. Somebody may agree or disagree with your opinion, or they may wonder if you really mean it or if you're just trying to be nice. So if somebody's told you, dein Rock gefällt mir, passt prima. Passt, by the way, passt is a new verb we're going to see today a couple times. Passt means fits, so passen, to fit. So if somebody gave you this compliment, you might say, ehrlich? And then your friend could answer, ehrlich. Or you could say, wirklich or echt, and they could answer with the same word, wirklich, echt. You might say, meinst du? Which is, do you mean it? And they could say, ja, bestimmt. Now, bestimmt means definitely. We see the word stimmt in there, which means it's true, and bestimmt means definitely. You might have a specific concern, like maybe they've said they like this item, but you're really not sure because maybe there's something about it that kind of bugs you. So you might say, nicht zu kurz, it's not too short, or nicht zu grün, it's not too green. Because you might be concerned about that. And they could say, nein, überhaupt nicht. Überhaupt is like at all. So this is like saying, no, not at all, right? So that's the way you can give some Reaktionen to people's opinions. So let's try this out. Wie findest du mein Kleid in lila? So if Selena's asking us for our opinion on her purple dress, what could you say? If you like it, if you don't like it, or if you're not sure. So think about that for just a second. So if you like it, there's several things you could say. You could say, ich finde es hübsch, es sieht schick aus, es passt prima. There's that verb again, passt, it fits. Es gefällt mir. If you don't like it, you might say, ich finde es furchtbar, es sieht blöd aus, es passt nicht, es ist ein bisschen zu kurz, es gefällt mir nicht. Well, what if you're not sure? We've got some new ones in here. You might say, ich weiß nicht. I don't know. Ich bin nicht sicher. I'm not sure. Or you might say, vielleicht, with something like maybe, like es ist vielleicht ein bisschen altmodisch, oder es ist vielleicht zu kurz, to try to be a little bit nice about it. Okay, so a quick little activity here for your Vokabelblatt Akt 2. On the back, you're going to see that this activity is there for your sentences for this week. So you can type them in or you can write it on paper instead, or print it out and write it on there. So describe what type of clothing you like to wear in each season. So you could use im Sommer, im Herbst, im Winter, im Frühling, and say what your favorite store for clothes is. Favorite store would be Lieblingsgeschäft. And then say why. Okay, so zum Beispiel, ich trage gern einen lässigen grünen Pulli und eine bequeme Mütze im Winter, denn es sieht modisch aus und ist warm. Oder im Frühling trage ich gern eine schicke Bluse und eine dunkelblaue Hose, weil das Wetter nicht zu warm oder zu kalt ist. I could say mein Lieblingsgeschäft ist H&M, denn die Klamotten sind preiswert, stilvoll und bequem. So remember when you're describing in your sentences to try to use the correct articles or pronouns to refer to the items based on their gender. So you can look back at your Vokabelblatt Akt 1 if you want to remember what gender that is. And finally, since we're trying to learn how to give our opinions on clothing and give reviews, take a moment and you can pause the video and answer these questions out loud, or you can write them on your own paper. But let's describe this ad here and what this woman is wearing. So, was trägt diese Frau? What is she wearing? Wie findest du ihren Stil? How do you find her style? And then, was für Klamotten zieht sie gern an? What type of clothes does she like to put on? Okay, take a moment and try to describe that, and then I'll give you some examples. Okay, so für was trägt diese Frau, you could say, sie trägt einen bequemen grauen Schal, sie trägt eine einfache graue Strickjacke, sie trägt eine silberne Armbanduhr, sie trägt ein graues T-Shirt, sie trägt einen schwarzen Handschuh, sie trägt eine dunkelblaue Jeans und einen schwarzen Gürtel. You might give an opinion on her style, like ich finde ihren Stil sehr einfach. You might say, ich finde ihren Stil altmodisch oder vielleicht langweilig. Was für Klamotten zieht sie gern an? You could say, sie zieht bequeme, einfache, modische Klamotten gern an or something like that. Alright, das ist alles für heute. Viel Spaß beim Lernen. Tschüss!